Hello children, welcome to AIMS India's online classes. This is biology session. You are watching Heredity from Parent to Offspring, part 8. So, from the past 3-4 sessions, we are discussing about evolution. What is evolution, children? Evolution is unrolling or unfolding of nature that brings about an orderly change from one form or condition to another, resulting in descendants becoming different from ancestors, isn't it? And we have been discussing the theories of evolution. What are the theories of evolution? Lamarck's theory we have discussed, Darwin's theory we have discussed, isn't it? What is Lamarck's theory? Lamarck's theory of evolution was published in which book? Philosophic Zoology Q. In which year? In 1809, isn't it? It is popularly known as the inheritance of acquired characters in organisms. So, how we can define the Lamarck's theory? The changes in structure or function of any organ acquired during the lifetime of an individual in response to changes in the surrounding environment, which are inherited by its offspring and keep on adding up over a period of time. It comprises of mainly, what are they? 4 propositions or assumptions, 4 assumptions. What are they? Internal vital force, effect of environment and the new needs, use and disuse of organs, and inheritance of acquired characters. What is use and disuse of organs? If an organ is used continuously and constantly, what happen? It will tend to become highly developed, whereas disuse results in its degeneration. Then inheritance of acquired characters means the modifications which are acquired during the lifetime of an individual are inherited by its offsprings. It means changes are cumulative over a period of time, isn't it? Then what is Darwin's theory? Darwin sailed 600 miles where that famous area, Galapagos Island. What is that famous bird? Finches, isn't it? And Alfred Russel Wallace and Charles Darwin together put a research paper. What is that? Origin of species by means of natural selection. Okay, what are the famous concept the Darwin proposed? The struggle for existence, isn't it? Survival of the fittest. Survival of the fittest is also called as a natural selection. Okay, and about the genetic drift. What is genetic drift? It is a theory developed, it was developed by the geneticist, who is that? Sewall Wright in 1930. Okay. Scattering of variability, it is also called scattering of variability. So, genetic drift refers to chance elimination of genes of certain traits. Okay. Independent of genes useful or harmful effect when a section of population migrates or dies of natural calamity. Okay. So, shall we proceed, children? Today a new concept called speciation. Let us study the speciation. What is speciation? Speciation, how new species are evolved. We have seen the variations in a population of species where the organism contain the traits that help to adapt to environment. Okay. The speciation means the process of splitting a genetically homogeneous population into 2 or more populations that undergo genetic differentiation and eventual reproductive isolation. It is called speciation. Okay. So, these organisms are going to survive more effectively. Okay. The organisms which are adapt to the environment. So, those organisms are going to survive more effectively. But in the same population, the organisms which contains the non-beneficial traits, non-beneficial characters, weak characters may not be adapted in the environment, they will perish. Okay. So, these which are having non-adaptable characters, non-beneficial traits. So, those organisms are going to perish or eliminated slowly, like red and blue beetles. We have studied now red and blue beetles in a population which we have discussed earlier in this chapter. So, these small changes within the species. So, for example, the color of the beetles red and green is known as the microevolution. Okay, microevolution. Next. So, now we are going to discuss how new species are formed, formation of species. So, this is known as speciation, which is also known as macroevolution. Okay, microevolution we have completed. Now, macroevolution. What is macroevolution? Okay. So, let us discuss. We have seen red and green beetles can mate each other and can have offsprings, but let us imagine that the red and green beetles are separated by some cause. For example, while eating beetles, crows dropped some beetles accidentally in the long distance, far away places, okay, for long years. So, there might be a lot of variations taken place in these years in the red and green beetles population. So, now even though they may mate accidentally, they may meet accidentally, okay, they may meet each other accidentally, they cannot mate and produce new offsprings because long gap of several years. They can only mate in their population either red or green and can reproduce its own offsprings. Okay. Thus, the new species have been formed. Okay, this is the reason how the new species of the beetles are formed. So, this is one of the example of the speciation. Now, it is very important concept we are going to enter into, evidences of evolution. What are the evidences of evolution? How does the evolution of organisms taken place? Okay. Whatever the scientists propose, they require evidences or proofs. In the same way, evolution of organisms require evidences. Let us examine some of them. Homologous and analogous organ. Homology or homology. What is homology? Homology is the similarity between the organs of different animals based on common ancestry or common embryonic origin and built on the same fundamental pattern, but perform varied functions, different functions, and have different appearance. For example, seal flipper and four limbs of bird, bat, horse and human look different, perform different functions, but exhibit same structural plan. Okay? It is called homology. Homologous and analogous organ. So, when we try to understand the evolutionary relationships, we identify that some characters have common ancestors. Okay. So, genetical term we are using traits. Traits means the characteristics. Okay. So, these traits in different organisms would be similar because they are inherited from a common ancestor. Okay. So, here the limb of man, cheetah, whale, bat, all are mammals. Okay. So, they are of a common ancestor. The forelimb, analogous organ, homologous organ this is. Okay. So, you may be surprised to know that the internal organs of forelimbs of a whale, okay, that is a swimmer, wing of bat, the wing of bat, flyer it is, the leg of cheetah, runner, and the claw of mole, digger, and the hand of man, grasping. The functions are see. In whale, forelimb is used for swimming, flipper. In bat, the forelimbs are modified into wing, so they help in fly. In cheetah, running. The claw of mole, it help in digging, but hand of man help in gripping, grasping. Okay. So, if you carefully observe the anatomy of all these animals, they show a common pattern in the arrangement of bones. Even though their external form and functions are different, but they show anatomical similarities. Okay. It indicates that all the vertebrates have evolved from a common ancestor, and these organs are called homologous organs. Okay. The forelimb of whale, bat, legs of cheetah, claw of mole, and hand of man. These are all which organs? Homologous organs. Okay. Similarity between the organs of different animals based on the common ancestry, this is called homology. This type of evolution is called as a divergent evolution, or it is also called adaptive radiation. Divergent evolution or adaptive radiation, which represents the evolution of new forms in several directions from the common ancestral type. Divergence. Okay, this is called divergence. Okay. Example: man, cheetah, whale, bat, forelimbs. Okay, homologous organs. Now, however, all the similarities simply in organ shape are not necessarily to have a common ancestry. What would we think about the wings of birds and bats, for example? The birds and bats have wings, but squirrels and lizards do not. So, the birds and bats are more closely related to each other than squirrel or lizard. Okay. No. So, in order to understand this concept, once again, analogous organs we have to study. So, before we jump into this conclusion, let us look at the wings of birds and bat more closely. When we observe, we find that the wings of bats have a special skin fold. It is called patagium, which is stretched between the elongated fingers. But the wings of birds have a feathery covering all along the arm. The designs of the two wings, their structure and components entirely different, totally different. Okay. They look like similar because they have a common use of flying. The purpose is flying, but their origin is not common. This gives analogous characteristic, analogous traits. Okay. So, as the above mentioned organs, that is wings of birds and the wings of bat, which are structurally different but functionally similar, such organs are called analogous organs. Okay. This type of evolution is called convergent evolution. Divergent evolution means that is adaptive radiation, homology. Homologous organs come under divergent evolution. Analogous organs come under convergent evolution. Okay. So, example, wing of birds and the wing of bat. Okay. Once again I repeat, the analogous organs have almost similar appearance and perform the same function, but these develop in totally different groups and are totally different in their basic structure and developmental origin. Okay, even another example I will give you, that is wings of butterfly, which are chitinous, birds which are feathery, and pterodactyl means the bat skin fold is present, patagium. So, serve the same purpose of uplifting the body in air, means flying, but differ in structure. Okay, the study of analogous organs illustrates the occurrence of which evolution? Convergent evolution. Okay. Next, even vestigial organs are also there, or rudimentary organs. Okay. The useless remnants of structures or organs which might have been large and functional in the ancestors. For example, in our human, okay, in our body, appendix in man, nictitating membrane, the membrane present in the eye, auricular muscles, okay, vestigial tail in vertebrates, that is the coccyx vertebra, the wisdom teeth, mammary glands in males, and the body hairs are some of the examples of vestigial organ. Okay, Huxley says that human body is the moving museum. There are so many vestigial organs are present in our body. Okay. Okay, let us go for evidences for embryology. A simple activity is given. Let us observe the different stages of development of vertebrate embryos. Okay. Try to find out the similarities and differences and discuss with your friends. The embryology is the study of development of organisms from egg to adult stage. Okay. The branch of biology which deals with the study of development from egg to adult stage, it is called as embryology. The tadpole of frog resembles the fish more than the frog. Okay. What does this indicate? Does it indicate that the frogs have evolved from the ancestors of fish? Definitely. Okay. See, you can see the embryological evidences here: fish, salamander, tortoise, chick, pig, calf, rabbit, human. These are all the embryos of different organisms. Okay. See the developmental stages, the changes, how the different organs are formed finally. Okay. There are remarkable similarities in the embryos of different animals from fish to man. The resemblance is so close that at an early stage even an experienced embryologist would find the difficulty to distinguish one embryo from the other. What does it indicate? It indicates evolution. It indicates a history, life history. Does it indicate the life history of every individual exhibits the structural features of their ancestors? Yeah. This strengthens the view of the existence of a common ancestor from which all these have evolved. Okay. See the similarities. Okay. Embryological evidences. The more we are going to discuss in the next class. Meanwhile, you read the textbook. Okay. Thank you for watching our video. Please subscribe our channel and press the bell icon for receiving latest updates.